Hey gamers, welcome back. Cryptic Gaming here. You're watching Banished Souls. I hope you've been having a wonderful week. Coming up on another weekend here. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the stuff to expect and some of the things not to expect and just kind of unpack what we've been seeing here in Season 1. But first, I want to thank each and every one of you viewers who watch the videos. You give us the thumbs up, even give in suggestions. And to our Discord group, people need to understand our Discord, the base of the players are the people who are viewing these videos. People who are saying that this game is dead have no idea. We have a very healthy Discord. We always have our folks online. It's always great to jump in and be able to do these events. So if you're looking for a gaming community that's like that, understand we play other games, not just this one. So there might be some stuff that's going on. There might be some players in there who have those games as well, and that's one of the things we enjoy doing as a gaming group. Of course, we do a lot of videos for this game because this is where the action is right now. This is, one of the newer games where not everybody has a lot of the information on what to do and how to proceed. But I tell you what, starting off in this game, the first sea monster that we faced up here off the northern coast here, the western basin, right in this area, that to me was so much fun. It just blew me away. I was like, man, this is really cool. We come in with our Paddabacon and was able to actually solo it on the first attempt, which was pretty cool. Then of course, you're thinking, oh, I've got this, and you go jump on the original Man Golden Ghost ship down off of the coast of Oubliette. And man, you talk about realizing it was a humbling experience pretty quick to realize, you know what, we're not quite ready for that. But we did get everything built up. We've seen a lot of really cool ship designs. We've seen some really awesome ship builds based off of the available equipment in the game so far. And that to me has just been a great, great addition to my gaming. And I am so looking forward to Season 2. Now, I don't expect to see a lot of new content. I don't expect to see really any further deepening content in the remainder of Season 1. The reason I say that is that the Season 1 roadmap that they got, it's got some dates where they're going to be rotating some of those bosses around in there, so you can still get it farmed. If you missed out on farming the big red sea monster, uh, what was that, Jaws of Retribution, well, you're going to have a chance. It's going to be back before the end of the season, according to the pass card that they've sent out. One of the things to look forward to is you're going to get another chance to go after the Roadman Golden if you missed out on some of those sales. I know they're selling some stuff in the store that you can purchase, but you're going to get another chance to unlock that stuff. So I would hold on to those funds for something that's going to be special, but that's going to be totally up to you. Now we do have our full Lapotence stuff on here from the Plague Fleet. We've got our hulls, which is the Raffle Ward, which is great. It doesn't do much against plague ships, but it looks really cool with the rest of the cosmetics. So highly recommend it. If you're looking for something cool, something different, I would use it. I guess they're actually selling this set, from what it sounds like, or something similar to it. So that's cool. But to me, it's fun to earn this stuff. But what my recommendations are to you in the remainder weeks on this game, understand this is a live service game. I'm wondering how many people actually understand what that is. Live service games should not dump all the content on the first season or even the second season or even within the first year. If you look at those cards, what this entire first season is, year one, is Rise of the Kingpins, meaning they are going to be working on your ranking system. Now, we faced some of the Kingpins, so we ended up having to face Lepest. That's the Kingpin, the King of the Plague King. But that's the Kingpin we had to face. We actually had to fight him in battle. You see how tough he is? Now, imagine where it's going to be by the time we reach the end of this first year, where people who are sticking to the game are going to be at. So my suggestion to you right now is don't stop collecting your eights. And here's why. You need to, there's an internal play that you can play with this when you reach the top 9 diamond tier. Okay, when you get to a certain amount of coins, pieces 8 coming in. Right now it seems that every time I bring in 100,000, if I wait 3 days before collecting, bringing that other 100,000, I'm getting 200 sovereign on top of that for bringing in that full load. It's got to be over 100,000, and you're going to get that. So if you hit top 5, it's going to give you that money on there for your sovereigns. But the thing you got to really look at on it is, yeah, you could pursue top three or even top 2% or whatever, but you're looking at having to bring in a whole lot more than what you're gonna need for this. So try to stack the sovereigns up and stack you up at least 1,000,000 eights if you can. Now, I know that's not going to be feasible for everybody that's just coming into the game and getting into this content. For those who started with the open pass and all, the open betas and all that, you should already be in a pretty good situation with your eights and all. And if not, get up some gamers, some friends, join in, and a lot of times we end up helping people try and reach some of those milestones. But coming into season 2, I fully expect to see some new style ships for the mediums. Will they bring out the large ships? Rumor has been that they will. I expect if we get a large ship, it's going to be a situation where it's going to be opened up in the past, or it's going to cost quite a bit of sovereign. Think about the Sambuck; it costs 5,000 pieces of 8, which seemed to begin with like that's going to be impossible to come up with. That's just crazy. Well, now we're sitting here at well over 1,000,000 pieces of 8. We're at 4,230 sovereigns. I've been playing with this every 2 to 3 days. When I come in and make a full collection on my 8s, I end up getting another 200 sovereigns. So whenever I'm constantly pulling them in, maybe it's averaging out the same or whatever, but definitely keep collecting because you are gaining sovereigns even though you hit that top diamond rank in the leaderboard. So maintain, keep bringing that stuff in, because what happens if they come in and they charge 5,000 sovereigns for a new ship? Are you going to have it saved back? If not, you still got some time to get to pushing on that. So that's one of my recommendations to you. But also a recommendation before the end of this season, if you get the time, you want to go into the attack contracts for picking up materials over in the smuggler's den, and you want to get you some worm's breath. You want to get those eel twines and stuff like that. If you've got well over 1,000,000 eights, don't just say, okay, well, I'm good, I'm not running eights because I'm good now. No, I would take and make sure you have enough eights where you can get 100 of each of those rare materials. I expect crafting is going to get into a deeper level where we're going to be able to craft weapons that are going to maybe require you to be able to merge 2 or more of those types of ingredients together to create something totally new. Just from some of those interactions we've had with the, sorry guys, make sure I'm not going to get attacked here. Some of the interactions we've had with Ubisoft through the little suggestion forms that they send out a couple times a month, it sounds to me like we're going to be seeing crafting increase and the ability to upgrade hulls as a pretty big feature coming soon. Now, are we going to see a large ship? I know originally it sounded like we were going to get a large hull ship come season 2, and that still may be. I don't know. They're not really releasing a lot of information on it. But what I would expect, if there's going to be a large hull ship, expect it to be kind of like with the Sambuck. Remember the ship that everyone told you, don't get this, it's a piece of junk, don't even bother spending your 8s on it? Well, I went ahead and bought it and checked it out, and it's a freaking great ship. I've usually used the Sambuck. The only reason I'm staying in this one right now is because I've been running world events and stuff, and I usually will build a ship for the event and just kind of bounce, between my ships and stuff and whatever I feel like using that day. It keeps the game interesting at that point. So my suggestion, don't give up. Now, do you have to be going and making complete runs of 8s? Well, I mean, that's going to be up to you if that's something you want to do. I know for me, I'm definitely grabbing the Red Isles and the outer sections of Africa. But you can see we got quite a few banks over here we need to get, and we're going to go ahead and collect this stuff today. But man, it's been awesome. I remember the first battle with Zamaharabu. I'd usually try to run out and scout stuff just to see if it's something I can solo. And we were getting everybody into the server, and I was like, well, I'm going to go pop down and check, see what this thing looks like, because I like to experience that for the first time without a whole lot of commotion on the sea. And it didn't take long to realize, hey, this is going to take more than one person. Now, it didn't have a timer, so that was nice. You could spread that out. But it took a very long time to take it out if you ran it solo. So it was a lot more fun to run it with friends. And I'm noticing that they're doing that more and more. And as we see the direction this game has taken. Take the La Peste mission, the Blight and Bastion, for example. It takes 10 to 12 people. When I say 10, that's sometimes it's going to be really close whether or not you can beat them with the 10, and it's going to rely on you hitting the weak spots just about every shot with every person who shoots. So figure 12 guys, between 10 and 12 guys to successfully complete that and to be farming it, not to just get through it once. All the content they've been doing is requiring more and more people, and we know season 2 has something called fleet management. I know a lot of us are hoping for something similar to Kenway's fleet where we can get our 8s picked up, and that may be part of it, but I'm fully expecting we're probably going to end up seeing some in-game fleet ability come in. Now that may be having more people on a team. Instead of 3, maybe it could go to 5. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm expecting that fleet management is going to include quite a bit more than what we were originally thinking. So that's a good thing, and that's really going to expand the game. But then, of course, in season 3, we're going to see some new major features, is what it says. It just says major features adding to the game. And then season 4, again, major features being added. And talking to a few guys on the crew, trying to kind of see what it is we're looking at. So we have this La Peste guy that's coming in, which is, I'm guessing he's French based off his name. I don't know, but looking at the sea monsters that they had with it. So of course we ended up with the Zamaharabu, Jaws of Retribution. We ended up with the Red Man Godin this season so far, and they will be coming back. So don't be worried about are you going to get a chance to get scales. Yeah, you're going to get. That's one of the things we're going to get back onto as soon as it rolls in. Right now we're farming out La Peste, making sure everybody gets a chance on the Discord to at least get some of the stuff out of it. Hopefully we can keep that going pretty good. It seems like it's really brought some revigoration back into the game, bringing that kind of a challenge in, because people like to see the thing that was sinking them sink beneath the waves at least a few times. So that's one of the cool things that's happening right now within the Discord. And like I say, these guys they're awesome. They are people who come over and started viewing us, and we put out a call for anyone who wanted to join, and they've been joining up. And let me tell you, we've been building one heck of a crew, and we're looking at doing some new expansions and stuff within our ranking system and setting up a proper leadership that's going to have opportunities for advancement and stuff, but keeping the game fair for everybody as well, while making sure that the common sense gaming standard type things that should just be something that you do out of a courtesy. That's usually what our rules are. Nothing too crazy. But we have guys and gals that make sure that, everyone's getting a chance to get the answers that they need in the game, but also making sure that everybody's having a fun time in the game without a bunch of griefing. So I know that's one of the things that can happen in Discord groups and stuff. We don't have that issue, thankfully. But, yeah, so again, man, this has just been an encouragement, and a big thank you to everybody on YouTube. And for those who have joined in and are watching this, man, you guys are great. It's been awesome so far, and I'm looking forward to more content. I know we each have kind of slacked back on exactly how much we were on the game, waiting for some of the new material to grind, and that's just part of being live service games, man. I can remember playing Elder Scroll Online when it first come out, and it took not very long, a week to beat through the main missions, and ended up making a few characters. And then it got to where every month they were releasing some new content in there. Now it was about every year they would release a new map pack, but that game has grown so expansive and so crazily, and they're still coming out with new content for it. So it's pretty cool to see where a game has made it this far, and this is pretty much following that same formula. So I'm expecting some pretty big things. They're breaking it in kind of slow, and I know it's making some people mad, but it's giving everybody a chance to build. And there's going to come a point though where, unless you're sticking with the game, you're gonna start struggling to stay up, because I expect the economy system to change drastically. And two, I don't see them resetting people's amount of 8s that are in their bank. Here's why: because Ubisoft said they wasn't going to do it. They said they weren't going to take their sovereigns either. Well, we know that the amount that they collect for the leaderboard is going to get reset, and a lot of people take that as like, well, they're just going to take it all. But that's not what they've said. What they said though is because of live economy, we're going to see some restructuring of it, and within that restructuring, you're going to see where they're going to. Apparently, there was some big silver glitch thing or something going on where people were able to get billions and billions and billions of dollars and stuff. Well, those are going to get patched. No, they're not going to kick people from doing it because the ones that are complaining about it, the YouTube channels, and I'm not going to call them out, but the ones that are saying they need to fix this now, they were using that exact same exploit just a month ago for eights. It's the exact same thing where it would duplicate, and they were duplicating their eights to get up into the leaderboards and all that kind of stuff. And if that's how they want to play, I'm not going to be mad at it. I like to see what I can do on my own without having to find something like that within the game. It's just how I like to play, and everybody has their own chances of things. I don't see them going, okay, with these people, they ran that, and we got to make sure that everything's super expensive because it's going to hurt everybody at the bottom. But you're going to see at some point things are going to come out, as far as it's going to cost more for stuff. And while it may take longer for us to grind it than, people who have a crap ton of materials, none of the pieces of 8 is going to matter in the long run, I don't think, in the end. When it comes to major ship upgrades and weapon upgrades, upgrading it into like your epic standards or epic qualities, that's not going to be done with pieces 8. I don't believe that's all going to become sovereigns. And it doesn't matter how much you've pulled in on the 8s running glitches and stuff like that. It's only going to pay out so many sovereigns for hitting certain levels. And once you're at the top, I mean, you might be getting some kind of bonus for holding it. I don't know, but it's not going to be as much as what you would think. So I'm just fully expecting it's going to be one of those things where people are going to be surprised with the economy system when it comes back out. What exactly is going to happen coming into season 2? It's going to make some people mad. It's going to make some people laugh. It's going to make some people cry. I'm sure anything that has to do with the economy in a game there's going to be changes. It just happens. Silver, pretty much the only need for it is to keep the pieces of 8 flowing at this stage. Now it could be something where we start seeing that there's more demand for silver in the game later. That's a good possibility, but I would recommend farming up what you can, collecting the 8s that you can, getting as many sovereigns as you can, just so you have a good stepping coming into season 2. We don't know exactly what it's going to look like or what some of the costs, but we do know a few things. They're bringing in new ship, at least one. They're bringing in new furniture. They're bringing in new weapons. So I haven't seen anything about armor. There may end up being something with armor in there. I'm fully expecting there's going to be, and I'm expecting that you're going to have to be grinding some teeth or something from a megalodon, because that's going to be the new sea monster in that season is going to be the megalodon. So that's going to be pretty cool. I would love to see when season 3 comes out. I have a feeling that season 3 is going to end up being one of those really big serpent dragons like you see in Chinese mythology and stuff like that. I'm fully expecting it to go that route, just based off what they're showing on the season 3 card. So it'd be kind of cool to see how that's going to be. And in season 4, I'm pretty sure that's going to be the Kraken, because it's going to take place in a misty area. It's going to be opening up a new major feature. The new major feature hint is in a cloud, a mystical cloud to the north that covers everything. Well, hey, right there it is. And it sounds like they have a new monster, but we will see, according to the devs, we're going to be seeing a Kraken, a legendary Kraken at some point. So that's going to be pretty cool. The reason I expect to see that in season 4 of this, man, is it's going to be right at the end of the year, right around Christmas time and all, and it's going to be starting right around in that period from what it's sounding like. And people are going to be wanting the game to jump in there and fight the sea monster. Well, if they're just coming into the game, think of where you're going to be, the types of weapons you're going to have. That gap now exists. It's how gaps are created within games. A lot of players will wait to see how a game's progressing. Most people don't take just the word of people that they don't know, about a game. Just people who just come out and say, "Oh, this game, it's going to suck." They did that with this game, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Made a lot of really cool friends on here. Made a lot of people that were playing other games together. It's been really cool. And I invite everybody to make a comment down below. So hey, I'd like to join. If you're looking for a gaming community to help you play not just this game but other games, you need to come join us, guys. I think you'll enjoy it. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate each of you. Thank you for the views that you give. Love the thumbs up and all, and definitely loving the comments. Y'all have a wonderful evening. We'll talk to you later.